Ginger. That's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do this. Enough of the self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Oh, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together. Hey, Sherry, come on, catch up.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Il Palazzo di Lusso, sir.
Welcome to Il Palazzo di Lusso, sir. We just need your signature.
There you are.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view. Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Ah, so it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Deliver it to him? Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look. The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. A crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow, perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows, or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place. The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner. All right. I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am? Hey, boy! That's my cane!
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything I needed to know. I was after a strong, middle-aged man with a keen interest in adventure, noble blood, and affection for strong drink. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. That's me, Lord Andrew Craven. You are the real medium. You hear that, Emma? Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this. You insist the medium robbed you during the séance. But what occurred exactly?
Ah! It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands, as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a séance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass. Half a glass of Balblair scotch and the remains of a poor Laranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need? This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
What happened here?
I don't know. The ghost. I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Do you feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait. I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But the stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
Was this covered on purpose?
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a séance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see. Quite a display for the tremulous visitor.
How can you not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
This hefty chair has nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
I love the ambience. Nice and creepy.
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
This brooch is old and cheap, but the moth design has its charms. This looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
I'm reserving judgment. Use your keen eye to follow the trail.
Size 4 with a broken heel. Rose de Moore. All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
So, definitely not the ghost of a Raja? Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the other maids can help us find her. Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No, no. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
I'm a novelist documenting the supernatural and those who witness it. Now, should you take a starring role in the tale, I will need your name.
Oh my, a book? And you want to include me? I'm Lucia Saletta.
Something went wrong during the seance, Lucia, but no one will tell me what happened. You would be a valuable interview if you were there.
I was, and I saw everything with my own eyes.
Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. The medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost? You're confident?
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest, a glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did you... Yes! She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost, a sickly, evil thing.
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
You lied to the poor girl, Sherry. What a tease. She'll dream about being a character of that book.
Surely a pleasant dream is better than no dream at all, John.
Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest. Lord Craven remained here until the staff reported that the medium was locked in his room.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up, ready to face anything, ghost or human. The medium shrank back in dismay. He was not expecting such a reaction and had to quickly hide the ghost. The lady was the only one left touching the diamond, at least until she fainted.
Amazing! It's like you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh, I forgot that you were here. I guess I should discuss all of this with Lady Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room 226. It is one of our finest suites.
If the lady was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the ghost take it. What do you think it felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
Lady Craven is not...
You're here, at last. I didn't do that. I swear, I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Mr. Holmes, you said it yourself. They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You are the only one who can find the truth.
Fine, but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting. Where did you go instead?
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
I see. And how long did you stay?
I partook of a well-earned whiskey or two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone there.
Is Mr. Gallici still being held, and where did the servants secure him?
He's in room 225, but that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason. Now we arrive at the tragedy at hand. So what transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Oh, well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail cell. You must help me.
Let me see what I can find.
Only an hour has passed and you already have yourself a murder mystery, Sherlock. Why am I not surprised?
Fard Rouge Calomel Mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress. Aha. This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar. Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune. Virtus Audacta Sapit, courage tastes bold. A unique family motto.
The mystery deepens. A victim with a checkered past and poor taste.
This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted. Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched. Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
Do you think she stole the stone?
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
A remarkably simple lock. Someone was not happy with his post. Someone was not happy with his post. Someone was not happy with his post. I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the séance, Mr. Gallici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
Of course. I didn't take anything. And spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm. I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. The spirits preferred clarity of mind and soul. Please, tell me.
Lady Craven died in the very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man, but I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well, you claim to be a medium. Perhaps you could ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk. Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewelry.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Or weapons and defences against visitors from the great beyond.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the seance table, but this time there's enough for analysis. Someone is making the most of his stay.
Can you blame the man? I'd say he's not ordering enough. My faith in this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
Do you realize just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talents, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
Do you always travel with your books, Mr. Galici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
I doubt I can help with this. Stop wasting time. The murderer is getting away. I doubt I can help with this. Get to the point, Mr. Holmes. Get to the point, Mr. Holmes.
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
That sounds like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself were she not dead already. I doubt I can help with this.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? That's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week.
Luca Gallici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I am... I don't know what you're talking about. How on earth can you believe this?
I think the police will easily find the proof when they browse their archives. Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes, I killed her. I had to. This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I knew Emma before she was a lady. I mean, she pretended to be noble back then too. But only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink, all I suffered while she indulged. And I grabbed her throat.
You already suffered at Miss Emma's hands once. I'm not convinced you deserve to suffer again. I can't help but notice the window latch seems faulty. Perhaps I should leave you here alone and fetch someone. I'm afraid it may take me some time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The police won't notice your disappearance immediately. Run, leave Cordona, and try to lead a decent life.
I won't forget your kindness. I owe you everything, Mr. Holmes.
Stop wasting time. Run.
Open the door, Mr. Gallici. Don't make it worse. We know you're in there.
Imbeciles, why are you dawdling? Step aside.
That was too much fun, Sherry. I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything. Even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Ah, damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. Couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her. Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem. The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then. I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything.
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here? Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother. This watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently. A candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested? A man in fashionable shoes stood near the tomb. The size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
A portable easel was kept there. The Hospitaller crypts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercuria. It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery? Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
Be nice, Sherry. Make friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Cordona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll win, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed. I'd heard otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption?
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your closure. Do stop by the gallery if your travels permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things. I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Are you able to help me?
I'd tell you if I knew, but unfortunately, I don't.
I'll be right here.
Stark do this, Stark do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How am I supposed to get those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
But why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
I'm pleased to meet you, ma'am. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm here to sketch the thief for the police investigation.
Oh, another one. I hope you'll be more patient than the previous sketches, signore.
I suggest we do it differently. You have a great many clothes here, haven't you?
Why, of course, but they're not for sale. I only do tailoring and mending.
No matter. I'll attempt to disguise myself as the thief, and you'll tell me if I get it right.
As you wish, Signor Holmes.
Can you describe the thief for me?
He was all ugly and beat-up looking. An utter rascal if ever I'd seen one. He gave me a nasty look from behind his glasses and then made himself scarce.
And that's it? Could you be more specific?
He was a total villain, I told you. How much more specific do you want me to be?
All right, never mind. Where can I find the clothes?
They're in my workshop at the back. Be careful, won't you? Ah, it's you. I mean, it's him. It's him.
Excellent. Now I can make a sketch and take it to the police.
Yes, sir. Please do. That rascal is still on the loose. I hope they are better at catching than sketching.
Before I go, Mum, are you quite certain that you don't have any clothes to sell?
Well, I suppose you can take the police uniform. An officer forgot it here years ago, and I don't have any use for it. If you want to buy clothes, visit the outfitters. You can find them all over Cordona. I hear they even do free rentals now. Let me show you where the nearest one is.
Thank you very much. Hello again, officer. I've spoken to the tailoress and made a sketch of the thief. It was child's play.
No, really? And she didn't give you any trouble?
No, no trouble at all. She was quite tolerable.
Huh. Who would have thought? Hey, Logan, we've got the sketch. Come on out.
Can I use the archives now?
Well, they're generally not accessible to the public. But you really helped us out, so I'll just turn a blind eye.
I appreciate it, officer.
What did you say your name was? Holmes? Come and see me after you're done. I may have a proposition for you, Mr. Holmes.
John, I just recalled that we were living here on Cordona in a manor. And there was a policeman.
Really? What else do you remember? What happened to our mother?
The memory was vague, a mere flash. I have to find our house.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
I'm done with the archives for now. Can I help you with anything else?
As a matter of fact, you can. The thing is, our chief inspector has vanished, as if we weren't undermanned enough as it is.
Wait, what do you mean, vanished?
Gone missing on a case. Shady business, but that's besides the point. See that board? Pending cases are posted there for any available officers to investigate. I would take them myself, except that I've been told to work the reception desk, like some clerk. Yes, we're that short-handed.
I understand your predicament, but what does any of it have to do with me? I may be available, but I'm certainly not an officer.
Oh, don't worry about it. Consider yourself a temporary one-man independent police force. That's a bit of a mouthful. There's just one small, minor basic formality. You'll need to complete our physical training course. Easy.
Well, I'm not one to balk at a spot of exercise. What must I do?
That's the spirit. Sergeant Ermy will show you the ropes. Follow me.
So, you're a newcomer. We must be desperate to ask untrained civilians for help.
You're lucky to have a well-trained civilian with a brand new auto pistol in his arsenal.
An automatic? A bit of a braggart, aren't you?
Are you trying to test me already?
That is why you're here, boy. I need to verify your skills before I can allow you to catch criminals. The first targets are in the next room. You know what to do with them. I'll join you in a while to see the results.
Concentrate, Sherry. You need to hit every target to show the sergeant how we do it.
Hooray!
Proceed to the next room. Meanwhile, I'll fill out the paperwork.
Come on, Sherry. It's just like in childhood. Steady, Sherry. Steady. And my favourite mannequins for attack. Let's strike them ninja style. Aim for where you might take advantage and don't forget the environment. Uh-oh, Sherry. Not a nice shot. You could have killed the fella if he was alive.
I could do this all day.
Please don't, Sherry. We don't have that much time. Let's move on. Our enemies might be stronger than us, but we rely on our wits. Shoot off their armour.
Hooray!
All right, let's move on, Sherry. If you stand here and use your snuff box on them, you can definitely overcome them, Sherry. It's all calculated. Look at that helmet of his. You won't be able to get the powder past it.
Helpful advice, John. I would never have guessed.
Good job, new boy. Well, I'm almost finished with the paperwork. Let's talk about your results. Well, I must say your results aren't as bad as I feared. Perhaps you're not completely hopeless, but true combat is quite different from shooting stationary targets.
I'll handle it just as easily.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, we'll test you against our men. Your task is to detain them, not to kill them. So don't go shooting anyone in the eye. That goes for in the field as well. Even though you'll be working with the police department, that doesn't mean you have a license to kill. Here, take these. They are blank rounds. So, are you ready?
Always ready.
Then let's get cracking.
Worried?
Not at all. I can hit them all with one shot.
Good luck, Sherry, and remember, the surroundings are your playground.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
It won't work this way.
I'm coming.
Weaken him first.
I couldn't miss the party.
No more crime for you until next month.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm coming.
Weaken him first.
I couldn't miss the party.
It won't work this way.
I'm coming.
Overcome him, don't...
I'm coming for you.
The snuff's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
No, you killed him.
Stop. What do you think you're doing? You could have injured the poor fella. I can't allow you to carry a gun if you'll only use it to kill. Your task is to detain. Don't forget that. Once again, without the brutal shootout this time. Let's start over, boys.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
I'm gonna hurt you.
It won't work this way.
I couldn't miss the party.
Weaken him first.
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Time to knock this guy. The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
That's enough. You've proved yourself. Congratulations on the arrests. I can't believe you did so well with the close combat.
I did tell you that I'm well trained.
Well, do the same on the street, and you'll be well rewarded for every arrest you make. Here is your certificate. You are now an authorized crime scene consultant. Well, it's now your duty to make this city a safer place. Cordona won't ever forget it, but at the same time, it will never remember. I'll tell Stark all the necessary details about your successful certification. Congratulations.
Now you're a certified crime scene consultant. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. Now, shall we head for Stonewood Manor?
Don't know. You have the whole island to investigate. It's all up to you.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Take a look around, Sherlock. I'm sure you'll discover something.
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest. An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief. And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass. Oh, very precious.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
Funny. Wooden Joe reminds me of the trouble we once got in with the police. Do you remember, John?
Somewhat. Maybe we can recall more details.
Why does this barn give me such an unpleasant feeling?
Oh, I know. It's because Mycroft used an axe to shoo you out of here. It scarred you for life, but I enjoyed it.
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother. Mycroft wasn't happy about the fact that we were arrested. Felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Home sweet home, Sherry. And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I heard footsteps upstairs a second ago. Wait, do we have an attic here?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. I think our family portrait used to hang here. I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. It did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like déjà vu. Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning. Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination? You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. 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 You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs, go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
Look at this. It's like travelling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure. Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
Interesting. What's that over there? This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke
The only
around
fiction
and see
book
if
on
we
my
can
table.
find any secrets.
I can still hear my mother reading it to me. So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana. A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets. Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here. Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place. Neighbour missing a finger.
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.